and create the platform to hear your silent and unheard views in this hugely green community in the United Kingdom. Our channel, Ben TV, presents to you another live current affairs television program. Our focus on the program is to review and discuss issues around the diaspora community in the UK. The program offers you that unrestricted voice on issues affecting you in the UK. Join us live every Monday at 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Thank you for joining us on the program, and it is Dialogue in Diaspora coming to you live from Ben Television. My name is Tunde Alabi, and to Nigerians out there worldwide, wherever you may be, it's the first working day of the new year for Nigeria, and it's a public holiday here today in Nigeria, and Nigerians everywhere around the world are celebrating another Independence Day, the 57th for that matter. And we do here from Ben Television on behalf of Nigerians in the United Kingdom and in Europe, which we send our sincere independence greetings to all Nigerians worldwide, wherever you may be and wherever you may be watching the program. The show today will be bringing you two segments. The first segment will be talking about business and investment, and we'll be looking at pneumopreneurship, how this can help you grow further. And thereafter, at about 10:30, we'll be talking politics. We'll be looking at Nigeria at 57. How far has Nigeria come? Is Nigeria truly one nation at 57? Are we truly one nation? And this is what we'll be talking about at 10:30 here on the show. You don't need to go away, but let's talk about a bit of some big skills and business and investment things that can actually empower you wherever you are, either in Nigeria, in the United Kingdom, USA, wherever you're watching this program. My guest today on our show is the CEO of Domit Pneumopreneurship, Dr. Dotun Olugbemi. Thank you for joining us on the program today.
Thank you, Tunde. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, engaging enterprising skills. Let's look at why do people need to develop their skills? Both. How do we identify skill first? What type of skills do we have? Maybe we should start from them. Maybe we'll start from skills identification, natural skills and acquired skills, skills that are naturally given to you, and skills that we do acquire by way of further studies or professional qualification. Let's start from
all right,
first, maybe natural skills.
Well, thank you, Tunde. Everybody is born with a natural ability. There is no one that does not have something peculiar about them. What you have, I don't have. And these natural skills, they are what we refer to as talents and gifts. So you have your gifting, I have mine. And it is very, very important that everyone identifies that first. Because you might be building skills in other areas, but when you build skills in an area that you have a natural ability in, it's easier for you to develop faster than someone who does not have a natural ability for that. So the first category of skills I will classify, I won't say skill, but I will say talent. Because skills, when you're talking about skills is a step further. I mean, you take a step further than what you are naturally gifted in. So if you can identify your talent first, your passion, what you are good at, that is the first step to, developing skills. Because it's easier for you to make a headway in life. It's easier for you to actually be who you are ought to be if you originally know what your passion is, what your talent is, what your gift is. So for people that we see today that are skillful in many areas, you will see that they are skillful in their natural ability. So when you identify who you are, identify your natural ability, then you can take steps further, like maybe for further training, further development, building on what you already know. So for instance, if you are a sprinter, an athlete, you already know I'm not an athlete. There is no how I can train myself to be skillful in athletics because I'm not naturally gifted. I can rise to some extent through discipline, through training, but I will not be like for somebody like Usain Bolt because he is naturally gifted. He has the natural ability for sprinting. So if he takes a step further in developing himself in that area, then you will see that he is who he is today. Number one, because of his natural ability. Then number two, because of the development he has added onto it. So skills must start from the identification of natural ability, what your passion is drawn towards, what you are naturally good at, what you can do, closing your eyes, and people see that this is who you are. Then if you now take a step further to now say what we call acquired skills. Acquired skills, like I said, can work, but it will not work if that skill is not developed, is not tailored towards your natural ability, what you are naturally gifted in or gifted at.
Can either acquired or natural talent become a source of business?
Of course, of course. For someone that wants to go into business, there are people that we can say are born with entrepreneurial talent. That is, anything they touch, they can turn to gold. For those who are parents, even teachers at school, you see some children that right from childhood, you see that entrepreneurial spirit in them. You don't need to push them. Anything they talk about is how they're going to turn this into this, how they're going to turn an idea into a global phenomenon. They are constantly talking about what they can do. How to multiply. Whereas some people are more comfortable with just living their life, using their gift, but not turning that gift into a global enterprise. So entrepreneurial spirit or skill can be natural, but it can be learned as well. No matter how good an entrepreneur you might be, or maybe how good your talent might be, you still need some form of skill development. So that is where training and development comes in. Mentoring, that is where that comes in. So as an entrepreneur, it's better if you are naturally gifted, because let me tell you, what you have natural ability in him, ability is far greater than acquisition. But no matter what you are gifted in, with the right tutelage, with the right training and mentoring and development, then you become a global person, you become a global phenomenon. So entrepreneurial skills can be acquired. Entrepreneurial skills can be, most often than not, it is innate born. It is a natural gift. So, but for business, that is why people go to school, they study business management, business administration, and so on and so forth. Business can be learned, but entrepreneurship is more or less something that comes from the mind, something that comes with a natural ability. But at the same time, when I talk about entrepreneurship, I always say to people, it's not only applicable to business. Entrepreneurship is taking an idea and multiplying it, turning it over, multiplying the idea, turning it into a product or service or a brand that is, that is a phenomenon everywhere.
Marketable.
That is marketable, acceptable, and at the same time that meets needs of people. And this is something that is globally accepted. So it's different from business. Anybody can go into business, but entrepreneurship can be applied to business, can be applied to career, can be applied to every area of life. You are taking whatever you have, you are multiplying it, turning it into something that is beneficial to everyone, not just for you.
In turning skills or talents into some forms of financial gains, may be important for one to consider that as meeting the needs of people around you, meeting the needs of your environment. Are there steps one would need to take or consider in identifying the needs of people around you, the needs of your community, so that you can tailor your skills, your talents into providing into meeting those needs that will turn into money?
Let me tell you, there is no difference between talent or passion and identification of needs. When you say you have passion, your passion is usually drawn towards something. And that is, I was discussing with someone yesterday, and the person was asking me for an advice on what she wanted to go into. As a matter of fact, she was even asking me that I'm actually looking for someone that can give out his resources towards this. I said, why are you looking for someone? You are the one that has seen this vision. You are the one who is naturally drawn towards this need. You know, she saw a particular need in the community in the UK, and so she was asking me how she could pass that thing to someone else. I said, well, you are the one who has the passion for it. So what you are naturally drawn towards, for instance, I may be going around, I may not see someone, I may not even look at your dressing, I may not look at your shoe, I may not look at, if I want to discuss with you, what I'm thinking about is how I can train you. So I'm not concerned about your physical appearance. But someone walks in and looks at your total appearance, your total wardrobe, and is trying to look at the wardrobe floor. So such a person is drawn towards another need in you, whereas I am drawn towards your training needs. So if I'm going to say, how do you identify your skill? How do you identify the needs of people around you? It is what you are naturally drawn towards. You go to a place, everybody is seeing something, you are seeing something else. And what you are seeing, nobody else is seeing it. That is where your passion lies. That is where, and it's not just in one place. Everywhere you go to, that is where you see. A lady came to me, I was asking for advice about starting a fashion business. I said, look, before I can give you an advice, I want to first of all find out if you actually have the passion for fashion. And then by the time I finished with her, I saw that from my discussion with her, even if she enters a church, all she's saying is, the decoration in this church, or maybe the sanctuary is not well decorated. If she sees a person, what she's seeing is the combination of, what your design, everything. So somebody like that is drawn towards beautifying places, beautifying people's lives. So that is a passion, that is a need that has arisen inside of her. So that one is something that you can turn into a business, or you can turn into an entrepreneurship venture. You don't even need anybody to come and tell you this is who you are or this is what you can do. So what we are naturally drawn towards, I told this person yesterday, I said, look inward. Everywhere you go, you are naturally drawn towards this particular set of people. And this is their need in the society. Why don't you turn this need, what you are naturally drawn towards, why don't you turn this need into an entrepreneurship venture? Because nobody's going to push you. Let me tell you, your passion is what you wake up every day and you want to do. Your passion is what you wake up every day and you want everybody to know you with. You want to be known with. So you don't even need an extra zeal. You don't need an extra push in the right direction, because you have already identified a need, and that need has turned into a passion inside of you. So it is better for you as a human being to turn that passion into an entrepreneurship venture, because you wake up every day, this is who you want to be, this is what you want to do, and this is how you want to affect your generation. So identification of need starts from what pushes you, what motivates you, what your passion is. And if you are able to identify a need and you turn that need, which is your passion, into a business, then people will think that you have done magic. People will think that is a miracle. Whereas everybody has what we are naturally drawn towards. But the problem is now using what we are naturally drawn towards, the need of the society, and turning it into a product. For instance, I was teaching a postgraduate class in marketing one day, and I gave an example of a lady called Sarah Blake. Sarah Blake is the entrepreneur. She's the business owner of Spans. And Spans today is a multi-billion-dollar business. This lady was just a salesperson. And by the time she started, she was just a cold caller, salespeople calling, do you want fax machine and stuff like that. But she identified a need one day, underwear for ladies that will not be highlighting, when they wear the white bottoms. So because she found herself in such a problem, and she now said, ladies should have underwears that will not be that will not be showing under a transparent garment. And that was what she made. And because she identified a need in ladies, in women generally, starting from what her passion was drawn towards, today that has turned into a global business. So she wakes up every day, she's happy for what she does. whereas she's been doing cold calling before. So everybody, if you try to look inward, what are you naturally drawn towards? And that is the need of the society. If you take that need and you turn it, you try to pursue it, that can turn into an entrepreneurship venture, because, you know, entrepreneurs are people that do not need you to push them to do what they want to do. And why don't you need to push them to do what they want to do? Is because their passion lies in that area. So they can easily take that passion, turn it into something that can benefit the society.
One of the major problems in moving from ideas into substance, in terms of converting ideas into business reality, is capital, financing. It's people do have ideas. Everybody does. There's hardly somebody you talk to who doesn't have an idea. Either marketable, either profitable. Somebody does have an idea. But I think the major problem most people do have is turning this idea into product or real substance by way of finance. Are there ways people can finance their ideas?
Yes, thank you today. You see, the problem with a lot of people is they're looking for big capital. Many people are looking for big capital. But let me tell you, if you have an idea, if you have a passion, and if you stay long enough in it, everywhere you go, capital is everywhere. The capital that we are looking for is money. But money is not the only form of capital. Let me tell you an instance. I've given this instance before in one of my live broadcasts. I have a friend, she runs a fashion business, and this fashion business is thriving. I went to Nigeria, and we've not seen each other for more than 20 years. And then I asked her, you're doing well in your fashion business, and you've won more than 25 awards. How did you begin? I mean, you were a graduate and this. And she said, do you know that I started my business on a borrowed machine, on a borrowed sewing machine? And because she was a graduate, people around her did not encourage her to become a fashion person. But she discovered that what she was naturally drawn towards was people's dressing. And so she worked in a bank. She had to resign. In fact, she was not even doing well in a bank. So she resigned. And then, do you know, she needed 5,000 naira then to buy a sewing machine to start a business. But because that was what she wanted, everywhere she was going, she was looking for opportunities. She went to visit a friend, and this friend happened to have a sewing machine among her goods at home. And this friend was not making use of the sewing machine. The sewing machine has accumulated dust over time because the sewing machine was useless to the friend. But when my friend got to her friend's place, what she first of all noticed was the sewing machine that had accumulated dust. And she said, what, are you using this? And her friend said no. He said, okay, can I borrow it? And the friend said, go take it. I don't need it for anything. And so she took it. So she actually started a business on a borrowed machine. And today, she runs a thriving business. She has won more than 25 awards in fashion. She's very, very happy. She's a great entrepreneur. So what am I saying? The problem with a lot of people is actually looking for big capital. Capital doesn't necessarily have to be money. If you are willing to turn your passion into a business and you meditate more on it, you reflect on it, it's part and parcel of you. You will see everywhere you go, capital is everywhere. Capital can come in form of people. Let's say, for instance, I come to you because it is my passion. I begin to discuss what I want. I mean, everywhere I go, I talk about it. I tell you this, I'm a numerapreneur, oh, I'm a fashion person. Before you know, it's somebody that will identify with what you have. We come in contact with you. It might be somebody that will be willing to even give you the money. It might be someone that will be willing to give you the equipment. So capital is not only money. And that is where people make a lot of mistake, sitting back and waiting for when money will drop. So if you have that, when I'm talking about idea, I'm not talking about just sitting down and saying, oh, I want to go into pure water business. Oh, I think my idea is it. No, I'm talking about looking inward. I'm talking about what your passion, where your passion lies. If your passion is in photography, and you don't have the money for equipment in photography, why don't you start being an apprentice of an established photographer? Why are you looking for somebody to give you loan or to give you money to buy photography equipment? So whatever your passion is, start small. When I was to start my training business, I did not start from the grandiose, aspect. I started with a student. I knew that I was going into training, running an accredited training center, But I knew I did not have the money to run that. So what did I started with a tutoring business. So I started with one student. From one student to two students. From two students, thereby I started spreading my tentacles. Before you know it, under 1 year, I began to look forward to getting an accreditation for my center. So you don't, and I started in a small box office, just, an office that can accommodate just two tables, two chairs and a small table. If I was looking for something grand, I would not start. Let me tell you, if you have an idea that you want to turn into a business and you are still looking for a grand capital, it's not yet your passion. If it is your passion, if it's what you want to do, you will not mind how you will start. So look at yourself very well. A lot of people make that mistake. It is because that is not yet your area. If it is your area, you will even be willing to do it for free. You'll be willing to go for a voluntary employment just to gain skills, just to, tell people this is what you do. And out of what you do, you will see that capital lies everywhere. Capital is everywhere. And it's not just in terms of money alone. So what you want to do, start small. Start anywhere. Just start. Take the step and start.
Start small, start anywhere, take the step and just start. But people find it easier to work for others. Why?
Well, it's just
people find it easier to wake up 5 a.m., do one job, get their pay, go back 5 p.m., do another job, get their pay, than actually working for themselves. Which one is better? You doing a paid job or you doing a job where you pay others or that pays you?
You see, if you were to ask me, everybody knows me. If I'm going to give you an answer, I would say working for yourself is the best thing that can happen to you. You know, because I have experienced both. I've experienced both. I have experienced employment, and I've experienced working for myself. So I always encourage people, work for yourself. But not everybody has a capacity to manage a business. Not everybody has a capacity to turn something into, to turn a small idea into something big, you know. But if you were to ask me, like I said, I would say the best life you can live is working for yourself. But if you're more comfortable, the problem with a lot of people working for people is because they want to be sure of something at the end of the month. They want to be sure that a particular amount is coming into their bank account. They want to be sure they can pay their rent, pay this, pay that. But let me tell you, if you were to be a passionate person like me, I would not want to live my life on 9 to 5. I can never live my life on a routine. I can never live, it's like living a routine life. Knowing what you want to do today, there is no excitement. There is nothing special coming to you because you already know that this job, what you're going to do is already laid out for you. And so you go in, you get your salary, you come back home. It's a boring life to me personally. So, and except you are in a career.
It pays the bill.
It pays the bill, but do you want to live your life, your entire life, on paying the bill? Where will the excitement come from? You want to live 50 years or 60 years of your life just on paying bills. And then you pass through this life and then everybody forgets about you because there is nothing you have contributed to life. You are paying bills, and before you were born, people have been paying bills. Where you are gone, people will still continue to pay bills. But I'm talking about you. You as a person. What are you doing with your life? What is that excitement? What is, you wake up every day, there is no adrenaline. You are just among the faceless 6 billion people or 6.5 billion people because only 5% make things happen. So you are just among the faceless 6.5 billion people. So do you want to live your life like that? So that is what, if you are comfortable with 9 to 5 job, good luck to you.
All right,
but for me,
because of our time, you've got a program coming up, you've got a conference coming up.
Yes.
You want to tell us quickly about it and who your guests are?
Yeah, I have a conference, we call it Conference and Exhibition for Entrepreneurship, for entrepreneurs, coming up on the 28th of October, 2017. It's at the Albany, Southeast London. And this conference has been designed to encourage and motivate skills and zeal and passion in those who want to be entrepreneurs, or even those who are already in business. What you can do, sometimes you face pitfalls, you face challenges. What can you do to overcome these challenges? So many things we'll be talking about that day. And we have a lineup of speakers. Dr. Alisa Ishoyode, the CEO of Ben TV, will be coming to share his entrepreneurship journey to encourage the Black in the diaspora, the Afro-Caribbean Society. And we also have Caitlin Zhang, a brand consultant, that will be coming to tell you the importance of branding yourself, branding your business. We also have Andrew, he'll be coming up to talk about UX design, that is user experience. How do you incorporate user experience into your brand or your product? And a host of many. Dr. Dayo Olomu will be there talking about turning your passion into reality. So if you're still contemplating, how do I turn that passion into reality? The conference is the end thing. We have Princess Adelowo too, the CEO of Angift Foundation. She'll be coming also to share her passion. And we are also going to give her an award that day because she is an example of an entrepreneur.
What
so,
day is it again?
It's 28th of October,
Time?
2017. It's starting at 11 a.m. There'll be exhibition for those who want to exhibit their products, you want to promote, showcase what you do to the world. So contact us to book your exhibition
What's
stand.
your contacts?
You can write us at info@domint.org, info@domint.org, or you go to the website www.domint.org, or you can call me 078-4681-6590 if you want to sponsor or you want to become a partner.
Okay, all right, Dr.
And today Alabi will be there as well.
Since my boss will be there, I'm bound to be there. All right, Dr. Olugbenbi, thank you for joining us on the program today. We hope to have you back, and we'll talk about moving people into the area of identifying their skills and making money out of life. My pleasure. Thanks for joining us this morning. All right, we'll move to the political agenda. Let's take a short break, and I bring in my guest in the studio.
Our channel, Ben TV, presents to you another live current affairs television program. Our focus on the program is to review and discuss issues around the diaspora community in the UK. The program offers you that unrestricted voice on issues affecting you in the UK. Join us live every Monday